Acts of service, you mean sucking your...
Welcome to the bonus content with Nina Karen. Like I said, Nina in the middle part, and I'm injured now.
I beat him up. I beat
I'm
the
gonna
shit
be
out of him.
fine. I just have like a black eye. It's like
It'll be there tomorrow. You can't see it now, but it'll be there tomorrow.
But X, we were talking about X. We were talking about the like one of the topics I also brought. Like I wanted to talk about aliens because the Congress just the thing is like they basically say, oh yeah, they're like UFOs and shit. We cannot understand what the fuck they were, and they came out of the water. So we believe aliens are in the ocean, and we have bodies and we have chips, and we're doing reverse engineering to see what the fuck. And people were like, I cannot pay rent, dude. Just
Yeah,
shut the fuck up.
I like literally you.
Eggs are $4.
So like right now they're talking about getting rid of the Department of Education. Like, I don't really care.
Yeah, sure.
Nothing surprises me at this point.
Like
I'm fine. Like, is it scary? Is it scary? Honestly, 5 years ago, if you had been like,
aliens.
there's aliens, I'd be freaking out. Now,
It's like
I'm
eggs
like,
are $4. We don't care.
yeah, I'm like, I don't really care.
They can be just like, yeah, they're walking among us. And
It's
I'm
not
like,
that I
"Yeah."
don't care. It's just that I'm not surprised. Like, I'm not alarmed by anything at this point.
Yeah, it's like that. I believe that if the day comes that we see the chips just like kidnapping people, we'll be like lucky bastards.
Yeah, I'll be like, take me, take me.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with it. Like, but they can say like it's to kill you. It's like no.
Something's gonna kill me eventually, right?
Win-win situation.
Yeah,
I'll
literally.
see your ship, you kill me. It's okay. But that's why we're not talking about aliens because no one cares. But about love, people do care and people hate it. But
People really desperately want love.
so the thing that I have is that about the dating pool because are you single right now?
I
Or
am technically single.
technically, except for cartoon guy.
He never asked me to be his girlfriend. So
Sucker. He sees this immediately. What if he sees this and immediately he asks you, would you be happy or unhappy? If you say unhappy, I'll cut this part.
I wouldn't be unhappy.
Okay, but
However, there would be some things that would need to change.
okay.
Not change, but like there'd just be some things that would need to be a little bit different or things I would need to see before going into an exclusive relationship with him.
Okay, things that you're like, this is not gonna work if we're in a relationship. Like,
Yeah,
fucking,
there's,
yeah, cool.
there's
but
certain things that we don't spend a lot of time together.
okay,
So I think that like we would need to spend like more quality time together for me to be like, okay, I want to like make this a thing.
okay. I'm gonna go with this question. What if your love language? And I believe people have multiple love language.
Yeah, I
on
think so.
giving and receiving. I believe they can be different.
Definitely.
For example, me giving, I am extremely good at acts of service. I
Mhm.
believe that's my primary giving. Second, giving, it will be physical touch. And receiving, for me, first is physical touch.
Same as all men. All men are like, oh, my love language is physical touch. I'm like, you want to just grab boobs.
What if I just say give and you're like, pussy? fucking gay. And I'm like, what? Because
giving a gift, you're trying to get pussy.
because that happens. Like if a guy like, oh yeah, because you're a guy, physical touch, but then one guy says like, no, for me it's actually acts of service, and women are like, you.
Acts of service, you mean sucking your dick? Like,
Yeah. That's an acts of service. But receiving for me, physical touch is the first one. But again, giving is like acts of service. Like if I care about you and I like you, I'm gonna make your life so much easier. That's like the whole point. So for you, which is yours, giving and receiving.
Giving.
Blowjobs.
I would say acts of service. That could be a blowjob.
Just say
If you
you're lucky
play your
enough.
cards right. No, I would say like acts of service is definitely a love language for me.
Giving.
For giving, yeah. Receiving. I think quality time.
That sounds so sad. Receiving whatever. at this point.
Literally, I'll take anything. I'll take anything. No, I think that quality time is one of my top.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
How's your quality time? Because you already mentioned like it can be a park and wine, but if you can choose outside or inside date, like what is your date that is like, I really like this. I'm just making you think about yourself so much.
I know, and I haven't really like thought about myself
Like
in a while.
no one have cared that much to ask me what I want.
I guess just like, well, okay, if you had asked me like probably a year and a half ago, I would just say like going and getting drinks or something like that. But then I've had to like quit drinking because of a medicine that I went on, and so now getting drinks isn't a thing.
But you can get non-alcoholic drinks.
Yeah, that's what I do. I sit at the bar and drink a ginger beer like a loser,
Yeah.
like a fucking loser.
Oh, but it's ginger beer. You don't do the like. Yeah, they give me this margarita, but it's not.
Sometimes I do.
Okay.
Sometimes, like if I'm going to a Mexican restaurant, I'll get a virgin margarita. But I like an activity.
Okay.
Like if they're like, let's go bowling. Like when was the last time you went bowling? Long time.
Okay.
I've been bowling
There
a
you
long
go,
time.
Maurice, keep right.
Maurice, if you're
Take
listening
notes.
to this, I'm not going on a second date with you.
you gonna go to my house?
He's like, we can bowl at my house. He's got like those little tykes, the little tykes bowling pins in the house.
And a tennis ball because he doesn't sound like
No,
he's
not
planned.
No.
He has like a
doesn't.
tennis ball.
No, he has a tennis ball. He's like, oh, it's just red Solo cups and a ping pong ball. We can bowl, right?
And they're like, no.
No, that's not bowling, Maurice.
So an activity.
Yeah, that's fun. An activity. I also like to eat, so dinner's good. Dinner's always great.
I don't know about dinner as a first date, like,
Not as a first date.
but I had dinner as a first date with the person I'm dating. It was really cool, but dinner is like a little weird because it's like you're usually on the other side of the table, like there's
Yeah.
something in between, like there's food, like yeah, like I want to look sexy, but see me eating. It's like-
Yeah.
so there's a lot involved, but we have a good time. So in my work, you know what is happening, and I've been seeing it. Like you're gonna defend your kind,
My kind.
your species,
Women.
women,
I was like, women or white people? Which one?
both,
Or both.
You're gonna defend women at this point because I've been seeing this a lot. I'm so thankful that I believe it hasn't happened to me, or I don't know, but there's a lot of women that are going to dating apps looking for getting dinner,
Mm.
even if they don't fucking care about the guy.
Hmm.
They just want the dinner.
Yeah.
So that is been happening. I know that happens, but
Yeah, it happens.
but now
I don't necessarily. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it happens quite as often as like men are
I
saying
really
it
don't.
happens. Really, because I don't really know any women that are like. I personally do not know any women or that have at least admitted to me like,
okay,
oh, I'm just like going for the dinner.
okay,
Like I really haven't heard any of my friends say that. I know it happens.
okay.
I don't know anybody personally who's like, well, I just want to get a free dinner out of this.
Now all your friends that see the videos like, no, I've done it.
They're
like,
like, hey,
I
actually,
told you
they're like,
like
hey,
many times.
you lied. I didn't tell you, but
But the thing is like that is happening, and this is where you're gonna defend because we know this happens. But now guys are usually trying to do the first date on something that you don't spend a lot of money, coffee, walks, whatever. And this happened. Then the backfire is like, okay, now you're not getting dinner first dates because I don't know if you're just want me for
yeah,
to get the dinner. So the guys move to okay, cheap first date, and now the backfire of that women's like this guy tried to take me on a walk on the first date. Like, what are you a fucking broke guy? And it's like, no, but I don't know if you just want the dinner. So it's like everything is getting
Yeah.
like worse. Like we're
Yeah.
like just like fighting the other gender for no reason.
no, I would agree with that. That's yeah.
Like-
I see why men do that. Personally, I don't want to get dinner as a first date. I mean, I like going to dinner. Don't get me wrong, and I like doing that. But it is also harder to get out of a dinner date.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're going on a first date and it's like really not going well, like if it's drinks, you can leave after your drink's done.
Yeah, if it's
Or,
a
like-
course meal and you're like, fuck.
Right,
We're in the second
like, or
plate.
like if you get coffee, like you can be like, oh, I actually like need to go somewhere, like
Yeah.
blah blah blah. Like it's easier to get out of the date if you need to. I'm kind of okay with that. I don't have to have an extravagant first date. I think that's just me. I know there's a lot of women that don't agree with me, that they're like, well, you need to like show out and like show
in the
that
comments,
you want me.
in the comments of this, just
Um,
shut the fuck up, Nina.
Listen, if that's how you are, go girl. Personally, I'm not like that. But I also just am somebody who doesn't have a lot of time on their hands. Like
Okay.
I have 2 jobs. I have a podcast as well. Like I do comedy. My time is really like stretched thin. So I don't have a lot of time to date anyway. So if I can just like, if this can be like knocked out in 2 hours and then I can decide if you're somebody I want to spend more time with or not, like great.
Yeah, for me, like, this is why for me, defending mankind. I mean Latinos. No, and like for me, the first day on a dinner, I can do it. And the thing is, like, my friend Candice, the one that posted me, she was like, "Yeah, you can have the dinner, but you can be 50-50. You don't have like."
Yeah,
and
I've definitely gone 50-50 before on dates. Like
But-
I am not above that.
But first, for me, the chivalry thing to do and the gentleman thing to do is like, even if you offer to pay for the 50-50, is no, let me take care of
Mhm.
this. I invite you. That's the chivalry, the gentleman thing to do, and possibly that will open more the option of having a second date. That
Yeah.
if it does no, pay your shit. Even maybe it's unconscious, like you won't, like you're like, I'm not having a second date with this guy because not because he didn't pay 50
Mhm.
the whole bill and it was 50-50, but something in you is like, if he pays the bill, something's like more like, oh, even if it is subconscious, it can be like, oh, that this was really nice. I felt really like taken care of, and maybe you have a second day. So for me, you should always do it. It's the chivalry thing to do. But I said to Candice, I don't want to keep having first dates because economically I can't. Like
Yeah.
economically, like a first date can be in a super chill place can be like $100,
Yeah.
and it's like I don't
Well,
have to
and
spend.
especially like with the economy the way it is now, like everything's more expensive. So
Yeah.
yeah, like you are looking at $100 for a
Yeah,
first date.
and let's say like if you're really trying to get into a relationship, let's say you do it once a week. That is not a lot. Like once a week you have a first date. Just
yeah, but if
trying
you're
to-
spending $100 a week,
it's
that's $400 a
fucking
month.
dollars. So I was like, dude, economically I cannot be having first date because you should keep trying. You'll find
Mhm.
your person. Just don't give up. It's like I don't have the money to keep going.
Right, right. Like
So-
that's expensive.
It is. So I was really frustrated. So I'm really thankful that the vouch for dating exists.
Yeah.
And thank you for for commenting on
You
that.
are welcome. You're welcome.
I did my service to America.
I did. Or no, you did. We
To
both.
Venezuela, actually, but
Yeah,
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Okay, let's close the episode first. The last question I have. Would you like to not be single or you're like enjoying your life at 32? I'm good where I am now. If it happens later, or you're like, no, I would really like to.
I go back and forth a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I go back and forth a lot.
Right now, in this moment.
I think that right now I'm happy with where I'm at.
Okay.
And if it were to happen, then like, cool. It's not something that like I would like to someday be in a relationship, but at this point I'm kind of like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. There's other things that like, I value more
Okay.
than dating. So
Like your job, the comedy.
yeah, or like I remember a couple years ago, I was much more concerned with like having a boyfriend and that kind of thing. And I would be like, oh, I like really wish that like I had a boyfriend so I could go do this or that I could go do that. And then there came a point where I was just like, fuck it. Like
go myself.
I was like,
I'm
I would rather
independent
go with my
woman.
friends.
Okay.
Like I'd rather go with my friends. And so because like my friends are gonna be there. In 5
Yeah.
years, for sure my friends are gonna be there. I don't know if this guy I'm just gonna meet now
Of course.
is gonna be there. So I would rather like have the pictures with my friends, like have the
Okay.
memories with my friends. And like after I changed that perspective, like dating has really been on the back burner.
Okay. Do you think like this because I'm 31, I'm gonna be 32 soon. Do you think like the next relationship you want is like I want this to be my husband. I don't want to keep like try now. Let's see what happens. Like,
Yeah.
no, I want something like when you want it. I want something real, and that's it.
I mean, probably, yeah, because I am I just turned 32 and like
She looks 28.
I'm 32, but I look skincare. I forget what I was saying. Oh.
She's 32 again.
I'm 32. Like if I were to get into like a 4-year relationship and then it doesn't work out, then it's like, oh shit, I'm 36 and I'm really not gonna have energy to date after that. Like, you know what I
Exactly,
mean?
yeah.
So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens.
Okay,
but-
now say you have a podcast. Say everything about your podcast and any dates that you have coming up.
Yeah. So, where you can find me on all social media at I am Nina Kern. That's IamNinaKern. I am a comic, so some of my dates that I have coming up, I will be at Base Camp on November 29th.
Okay.
I'm opening for David Vox Mullen. He's recording his special that night. I'm going to be at the Lincoln Lodge on December 11th for an Asheville, like because of the hurricane that Asheville got destroyed. So we're doing like a fundraiser for Asheville.
Cute.
I know I have other dates. I can't remember them, but follow me on Instagram and you'll.
And the podcast. What's the name
And
of your
then I
podcast?
do have a podcast. It's called White Collars, Red Hands. It is with another comic and improv artist in the city, Kashawn Bachelor. We cover white collar crimes and put a funny spin on it. Am I qualified to talk about white collar crime? Absolutely not. So,
as a white woman, yeah.
as a white woman, I commit the most crime. So yeah, it's fun. Check it out. Please follow me and subscribe to everything because I want to quit my job.
Yeah, that's two of us. So that's it. Adios.
Adios.